Hey, I'm back. Alright, first thing I want to do is get rid of this annoying little red message I have up here. It's because of too much rendering. Let's go into the project settings. Let's open this up. Go into engine and slide down to rendering, I believe. Click on this. Go to the right and scroll down until you find global illuminations, I believe, or something to that degree. There it is. Where the lumens is. Click on this, select none. And see, it automatically just takes it away. That's perfectly fine. That's in case you're having that issue, which you have a lesser PC like me. But anyway, let's go into our inputs because we need to be here anyway. And let's go to our action mapping. We can create two more of these. One will be for our melee. One's going to be for our ranged attack. Alright. And the first one here, of course, we'll do attack melee. And we'll use the right mouse button for this. Okay. Click here. Alright. And the second one will be our attack range. And we'll use the same button, but while using that button, we'll have to hold down another button to activate it. It's like you see these other buttons to your side. That's actually what they are: Shift, Control, Alt, Command. One of those. You hold those down and press the button. So we'll get the right mouse button also for a ranged attack, but we'll also hit the Shift key. So we'll need to hold down Shift and press the right mouse button to get the ranged attack to happen. If not, you'll just get the regular melee if everything goes right. Alright, let's open up our player blueprint. Alright, I don't think I'll get to the projectile because that's going to be set up a little differently the way I have it all done. I'm going to use an instance or a notify, not an instance, a notify, and I want to set up the player's health for all of this first so I could just set it up in one shot and walk away. Because next episode might be the actual HUD for like HP and stuff. And then the following one would be the projectile. Then enemies. Okay, here's our blueprint from earlier. Alright, we gotta put a little bit of tiny code for our action input there for melee attack. It's right here. Click on it. Put it out there into the graph. Alright. It's very simple. It's the same. We'll be doing jump to nodes with these. It's not like you gotta link one and bring it back and link it or whatever. Just actually gonna do the same thing we did up there. And we'll get the animation component. We'll pull off of this, get our anim instance. Alright, it's right there at the bottom. Alright. And then we'll pull off of this and get our jump 2. There you go, there's our jump 2 node. Slide this up here. Connect our pins. Let's organize this a little bit. Alright, yeah, we didn't do this yet in the animation blueprint, so you obviously don't have the jump node name right here. Okay, but we do have this. And this will be the same everywhere because it's our player character. It's his state machine. So we'll just copy, paste. We'll put it right in here. And that's pretty much it. Alright. Click on the animation component, then that folder, it brings you right to where your animation blueprint is. Double click and open it up. And let's get in to making this guy punch a little bit. Let's go to our jump state. Alright. Now let's name this jump state. This should be attack melee. Okay. And that's what we're going to name it. We'll use this name for our jump node name. Let's pull off of this and create an animation state. And we'll call this state melee state. And we'll set this up. Okay. Alright, let's go in here. And let's set our play animation from our sequences. Attack melee. What? This one's a little different. I actually have to put the underscore for that. Okay. There it is. We have our animation. We'll compile. We'll save. Compile, save. Do everything because I forgot to do it before my player blueprint. And we have our name here now, like I said. So let's get that out of the way. Let's copy this. Let's paste it in our player. Right there. Okay, there we go. And let's test this out. Okay, here we go. This is loading up. It is going to be an issue. I just realized this. I needed the jump node name, not the state. Move. Punch. Yeah. See, me being sloppy and rushing and going fast, I made a little error. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what I did, see? What a dope. What a dope. All right. Let me highlight this. Thank you. Copy. Paste this down here. I believe this is right. I hope it is. If not, the video is going to end here, and I won't do no more of these. That was embarrassing enough. All right. Let's try this one more time. All right. Let's go. Yep. There you go, baby. Up. But look, it's in an infinite loop. It doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. Why? We don't have a transition yet. It just does the animation. We don't tell it what to do when it's done. So we need to actually pull off of this state and bring it into that state. Open up our transition pin. And what we'll do here is set a play rate for the animation. All right, so we'll get player. In the PaperZD, get this right here. That's what you need. You need that node. All right. You pull off of this slot and get player rate or playback rate. Is it? No, it wasn't that. It is get playback. Oh, get play. All right. Yes, playback progress. Get the playback progress. What this does is every time he's in that animation state, it will do it for the amount of time set here. Okay, for me, for this, it seems to work best at 0.925. Okay, and you'll see. I'll show you what I'm trying to explain. Let's hook up this pin. Okay, let's see if this works first, and he actually just stops after his first couple of swings. That's all I want to see. So we'll compile, we'll save, and we'll do it a couple of different ways so I could show you what I'm trying to explain. All right, so let's play this. Let's see if it actually works first, because I've used this in the project that I'm getting this from, and I'm building off it to show you. This is the rate I used, and why is that? What measures do I have? Anyway, it just was there 2 minutes ago. All right, here we go. It's swing, and then it stops. Hit it again, and it goes, and it doesn't stop. I mean, it does stop. It doesn't keep going in an infinite loop. Okay, now let me show you if I maybe put this down. I don't know, 0.5 instead of 0.9. It should be like a little bit less than half. It might not even go off all the time. Let's go. Let's try. Nothing. See, it goes, it starts, and then it just stops. That's the furthest it'll go. That's how much of that sequence or animation that it actually plays before it stops. I could go the whole one, but it seems to overshoot everything a little bit, and I get a little bit of a glitch. Watch, 1.25 is just, it's almost like an infinite loop. It is an infinite loop. You just press it once, really, and it just keeps going and going and going, like in a berserker mode. See? So yeah, I mean, you want to take the 0.925 and maybe make it 950 or 987, or really close to that one area. You could do it, but I think this works fine. I hope showing you made it easier to understand what I was trying to explain. Okay, so with that, we do have our melee attack. It's set up. The animation for it is anyway. Like I said, it doesn't deal damage. It doesn't do anything like that because that's a whole different beast. We're just working on the animations. All right. Now, with all of this, like I said, I don't know if I'll get to the projectile, but I do want to get all the animations set up. And we're going to go to an animation range. Because what's going to happen is with the projectile, what happens, this video ends up becoming too long. And I'll explain a little later what I mean by that. We'll need variables for this stuff. We'll need 2 booleans, or 1 boolean actually, is firing. And we need to set these. It's true or to false. Okay, because the way we set this up in our animation blueprint will be sort of like what we did to our idle to walk. All right, and I'll show that to you right now. So let's pull out is firing, and let's set that to when it's pressed. Compile, save. All right, click this box to true. Take out the next is firing and put it on released and leave it as false. Okay. If it's true and it's firing, so it's not going too crazy, I don't want it to move. So I'll grab the character's component for moving, the character movement component. Then I will pull off of that pin and type in max walk speed. Okay, I want the max walk speed at 0 because it'll look funky when he's in this shooting animation and he's just sliding and his feet aren't moving. So there are ways to fix that and deal with that, but also that is a little different also, so we'll just stick to the basics right now and just get him to shoot. And once we have that, I'll show you a trick here. We'll just highlight these nodes, press Control D, wherever the mouse cursor is, you will copy and paste these nodes. Let's clean this back up. Saves time from having to do things twice, especially for simple little coding like this, it isn't bad. Obviously, we can't use the same names. All right, well, the jump name we can't use the same. Obviously, we don't want the melee. And when it's released, we got to make sure he walks again. So let's get the max walk speed again. Let's set it. And if you don't remember what you set your max walk speed as, always go up to your character, get the character movement, and go to the details panel to the right and scroll down until you find max walk speed. I have mine set to 100, so I will type in 100 right here. So it goes back right to normal. And let's hook that up to the set firing to false. And then when we're done, we could just go right to our jump 2 node to finish this off. I might have had to do this a little differently to get a cheap version of a projectile, but then it would have been a pain to clean it up, to go back and fix it, for me anyway. So I'll just tag it in like I said. I'll get the health going, and then our health will be tagged into everything because I'll use the notifies made for the PaperZD. Okay, with all our nodes all hooked up right here, we obviously got to go to our animation blueprint, and we need to set up our attack range. So let's create another jump node. These jump nodes are great. And let's name this one range. No, keep it the same. I want to attack range, and then I'll leave range state, range attack state, or whatever. Yeah, keep it neat. All right. Same as usual. We'll come off of this pin. We'll end up making a new animation state. All right. This, like I said, will be done differently. So we'll go inside of our state and create like what we kind of did in our idle walk state. You know, we'll have one that goes into another, and we'll do it by like a Boolean. Let's name this range state, ranged attack. Let's name it ranged attack. Alright, let's double click this and get in here. First thing I want to do is I want to pull off this result pin, and I want to select by bool. Okay. We'll select the by bool. Okay. There we go. And just like I said we did with our idle and walk, we're going to get a player cast call that we made. Get this out. Then we're going to pull to see if it is fired. We're going to check that boolean that we made before. We'll get it out. Now, we want to see if it's equal. If it's equal to it is firing, is equal, and it's true, I want to make this my value that's going to determine what type of animations I have. Okay, so firing is true. I want to pull off my true animation, and I want to put in my ranged attack animation for my sequences. I don't know if I got it. I think I know I have it in here. I don't know if I named it yet. I do have an idle animation for this I made. I know it's in the pack. I gotta find the name for it. I'll just use the idle for now. It doesn't matter. I'll just use idle. I'll make a little cleanup video somewhere down the line. I'll get the blurriness out, fix these animations. Okay, so the idle's hooked up to the false, and our attack range is to the true. And it's all set up like our idle walk animation. And it should all look nice and pretty. Yeah. Okay. Now we gotta transition this like we did up there. We gotta transition this back down into this. Yeah, I know I had the idle state and all of that, but it still needs to transition back into our base animation from where the out node is, the first one. So let's get our player cast call, and let's get is firing again, and let's check. This time we want to see if it's not equal, but I like doing it this way. I will pull off this node and hit the exclamation point or exclamation mark. I will highlight that box and say, yes, this is not equal. Exclamation equal means not equal to. It's just a more direct command, I believe. Okay, and that will go back into our walk idle state. Let's copy this state machine, our jump node name. Let's place it in here. Let's see if this works. I hope it does, because it'll be a pain to try this another way. Sometimes it gets funky when you rewrite them. Let's go. Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and like I say, we got the two things. It's not just one projectile coming out. We would have to set up a projectile and do a couple of things to make everything really work to shoot something. So yeah, next time.